Spirit of life and love, we gather in the way that we have been this whole year online after a year that has filled us with so many stories that is hard to make sense of. And we also gather on the eve of all that is yet to come, humbled and invited to risk hearing the stories that our hearts tell about this time, risk touching those places of loss, pain, and disconnection, fearing it will be too much to encounter, but trusting in the transformation that comes when we do tell our stories. Timidly at first, but then boldly, knowing that the stories can change and morph as we do, but knowing that telling our story is what we need for healing. It is the temptation to not tell the story, to simply move on, but we know that telling the story is the transformation. For telling the story moves the crucifixion into something like the resurrection. For telling the stories of crucifixions, ancient and modern, from that humble rabbi named Jesus to the black man in Minneapolis named George Floyd, telling these stories allow them to take on more than they were, for they enchant our lives and invite us to live a different way so that we can truly know justice and know peace. For when we tell our stories of heartbreak, when we lose the ones we love, like Margie Blackstock, Ruth Grant's beloved stepmother, something happens to us when we simply don't press on, but we go and tell the story, because we know that each time we tell it, it changes because it changes us, allowing the meanings to ebb and flow into the rivers of wisdom that so often grow stronger with time and in each retelling. So may we be a beautiful and bold and loving and compassionate community that holds the stories of our lives, holds each other in story, so that we may make sense of all that is. May we keep telling our stories over and over again, winding that yarn into a ball so big it holds all that is. Amen, and blessed be.